Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome once again to another edition of We the People, presented by the Coalition for Community Elevation. Um, Before we get off into the program, I can give you some very good news. The Coalition has actually rented their first plot. As you know, our first project is the Kids Garden Project. The official kickoff date for that is 21 March. But we do have the plot. We are going to sign the lease, clearing away, and as progress goes on. Uh, Along with that, we have also our liability insurance. So we are moving right along with our first projects. Um, Very hard monologue tonight, very hard times. So, somewhere along the way, power stopped listening and started daring us to object. We are told this is a free country, but freedom now comes with fine print. You can speak until your voice gets loud. You can protest until the quake. We don't have to live under, excuse me, we don't live under leaders anymore. We live under managers of compliance. Agencies lie and call it policies. Institutions fail and diminish. Corruption gets protected. Whistleblowers get buried. And the public is told to keep you again. But let's be clear. A government that fears protest more than corruption is not stable. It's scared. And when correct, it tightens, it surveils, it survives, it criminalizes decent and calls it order. This isn't about left or right. This is about whose answers to whom. And because when accountability disappears, democracy becomes a performance and people become the audience instead of the authority. Tonight, soothe anyone. We're here to ask the questions and hope that you're not too tired to listen and ask them with us. I'm hoping that Mrs. Flute will join us a little later. I do see Masada is already here in the loop. Masada, how's it going tonight?
Going good. I mean, when I say it's going good, it's hard to say that when a lot of things you were talking about happened. But we had the Epstein files, 3.5 million documents come out with pretty much, I mean, the whole of America, what we what we are, and nobody's saying nothing, and we letting it ride. A whole bunch of things that they can be condemned by, judged off of, and we just sitting here letting it ride like it's okay. they had the Grammys last night or whenever, and everybody's like, "Ooh, the Grammys, ooh, this," and it's like nobody's paying attention. No, none of those names. I mean, we got Ice running out there still, but you know, I'm here.
Well, I thought that there were a couple good things at the Grammys last night, even though I didn't watch them uh, in person. That is, I mean, on TV. But I, I find it uh, kind of amusing, this whole
Entertainment.
thing about Bad Bunny. You know, uh, but when Kid Rock sings about being a pedophile, and people are all right, yeah, let's put him on, the halftime show.
Yeah.
But you know,
I mean, we talking about entertainment when we got Ice and the Epstein files, and oh man, I didn't even know about that with Bad
but
Bunny. Um, I'm so lost in that. I didn't even know that about Bad Bunny. I say let whoever perform. When we talk about pedophiles, I mean that's the Epstein files again. We're talking half the I don't even know half the government, all the government, most of the entertainers. I don't even know. I mean it's in the files, so we can see it ourselves, I guess. But nobody's doing nothing. A little defeating.
to my childhood and my time in the foster system, the Episcopal Church, um, being raised in the Baptist Church. Nothing new. The only thing that makes this new is the fact that we now have the internet and these little things here, that are
Pike it internets.
instant, star maker or disappointed makers, whatever. But we have had Catholic priests and other members of other religions abusing children for quite some time. I mean, you can, whether it was sexual abuse, whether it was cruelty, as you see, when you think of the indigenous people, uh, having to go to a quote unquote white school and put away those heathen ways, So the only thing that's different about this, because this has been something that people of power have always done. I mean, you can go through history where you had little children in the king's court, and you had pages, and I mean, we can we can step back through this portal as far as you want,
I mean,
but
you said tonight we were asking questions. So my question is, isn't it time to change that?
well,
You said it's
but
time for questions, so that's my question for the night. Is it time to
okay,
change all
but
this shit? I don't care about
but
history. We can change it.
okay, but you have to give people an alternative. You can't just say we can change it. What can you change it to? What can you change it for? The Crusades were for change.
Uh, the Crusades were for another form of slavery, but
But
that's neither here or there.
well, you change masters, however you want to put it, But
Because a lot of people for like the Nicene Council and other people came together and they formed something and said, let's give the people this. This is what we want. When you ask what do we want to change it to, I would like to change it into a real democracy. Let's have a Discord or forum, really get the best people out there for everyone. Change it from where it's all about monetary gain, and it's a monetary system of money means value. Money makes you something. Let's change it to real character. Let's change it to values. Let's change it to where we're really looking out for not just the American people, but for the people in general. But we can start with American people because we're supposed to be the most powerful country on the world, the most resource richest, which we're not, but we're supposed to be, and we're not anywhere yet. So my ideas is let's really benefit each other and let's really do it for each other. Let's figure out how to take the system and make it really work. And let's get rid of everybody, anybody on the Epstein file. Let's get rid of them.
But
That's the first start. I circle back, but yeah, that's the first start. If we don't know what to do, we say we don't know what to do. Everybody in the government, everybody in anywhere that's on that file, let's get them out. But nobody's gonna do that because it's a lot of people. Nobody. You can't tell a master, yo, master, I want that same food you eat and give me that same food. You're gonna have to just take it.
but yeah, that's I mean, you can do that, and are do you have the same number of people that are willing to change that, or do you have more people that are comfortable with the status quo? And until you can, you know, I mean, okay,
I don't think
once
they're
again,
comfortable. I think you have a percentage that's comfortable, but the majority are afraid, and that's nothing being bad on the majority. That's fear being pumped in from decades and decades of you have to work to earn a living. You have to do this to earn a living. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. I believe once those people wake up, and when I say wake up, I don't mean like woke. When people think they're woke, when I say wake up, I mean when people wake up to the idea that they have to still live under somebody's supposed sovereign and somebody's rule, and know that they can take it and put the power back into themselves, who they have the power already. So once people realize they're the power, and we can really take it away from the whoever you want to say. I don't know what to say because people say the man, the government, whatever. I don't know who it is right now because I mean we see what our government is doing and nobody's saying nothing. It's just the normal. The more money you got in America, the more you can be a president, the more you can do whatever you want to do.
uh, yeah, I mean, I think there are a lot of people that would like to blow it up and start all over again, but once again, it's kind of like uh, Afghanistan, I guess, where you, in this internal turmoil, but the people that really rule are the people that had the guns. I think people are afraid to fight for their liberty. It's uncomfortable. If you've been overseas, you've seen conditions that would make American, black or white. Uh, and those people want to progress, but no way of taking control. Now, how would you, as how would you take control? See, as much as I condemn,
You
or
just you just froze on your question. What was the question again?
no, I mean, how would you change and to make the people want to do something different? You see,
You can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do. That's first of all. How would I try to raise their consciousness or raise their awareness? You can't do that. It's already there. Um, you can only ask and tell the people, hey, do you really want freedom? You can give them a choice, and that's not up to us if they choose it or not. They're gonna. We just give them a choice and give them a specific choice on different things. This is how we can gain our freedom. Do you want to gain your freedom, or do you want to stay in the system in the cycle that you're in? And they're gonna choose. And unfortunate, it's gonna happen to where the ones that are ready right now are gonna want to come, and if it's enough, it's gonna get done. If it's not, then the ones that are unsure, they're gonna waver and teeter totter until it's too late. And then once it's too late, then I mean it's too late. So
but didn't we try that in
no, it was never done. What I'm talking
Soviet,
has never been done.
which meant
No.
okay, all right, then tell me what's different from what you're talking about and what Malcolm or Marcus Garvey or
Oh, it's not different what they were talking about trying to get everybody. It's just that you said we bought into it. We did it. We didn't do it. Um, it wasn't never done on a whole unified on a unified scale, and that's what I'm talking. I'm not talking just black, not just white, not just everybody down with the brown. I'm talking about everybody that's down with what we know to be correct, what we know to be truth, what we know to be right. What you want to call it, righteousness, holiness, whatever you want to call it. I'm talking to Islamic people. I'm talking to Christians. I'm talking to Jewish people. I'm talking to Catholicism. I'm talking to any religion you want to say. Let's take out that bullshit in your religion and let's live by the real shit in your religion. And I'm talking to everybody what's right and what's wrong. Nowadays we can distinguish. We know we have discernment. We all know what's right and wrong. When you're talking about the court days and the king days of 18, 1700s and all that, when they used to get 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds pregnant, we know that's not that smart now. We know they don't have a mindset and minds to think for their own. So we know it's a difference. We know it's a difference from where we know we are more than a third of a person or a fifth of a person, whatever dumb shit they used to say. We know electricity isn't a God-made thing to fear people. We know that it's that when it rains or storms, it's not the gods being mad at us, you know. So since we know more than that now, let's act like it. Let's be what we are. That's all I'm saying. It's not different from what a Malcolm and Martin was saying. I'm just saying it on a worldwide scale of let's be one world now. They want us to do a new world order. Let's do a real new world order. I'm with that, but a new world order, a real one, where everybody has equity and everybody can start over and we can see what goes on and we all can celebrate and have fun.
you seem to be having a lot of trouble with buffering tonight. Uh,
Yeah.
and I understand, where you. That's what we're all about, coalition. But in order to build a coalition, you also have to break down boundaries. That means, that means that that brother over there in the barrio, rather than, oh man, he lives over on that side of Euclid, so that therefore we don't communicate, or that guy over there that is sleeping in that box because he doesn't have a home. Was ironic. You got families, and this is the thing that really bothers me out here in California more than anywhere else, because I didn't see as many families. It's not. I don't understand why. If you're a family, it's better to be a family in California than a family in New York or somewhere right now where you got snow and ice and everything else. So I understand the reason why homeless people come to California, but I don't understand. We have homeless people when we're sending 3 or 400 billion dollars to Argentina, with what we want to do around the world. And as you say, I mean, we have never seen, you know, maybe since the days of the colonial times, where we have had one man who has taken power absolutely. Where are these checks and balances that we're supposed to have within this system?
We don't have any, and I would never want to go to a world where one man has all the power anymore. I would love it to be where it is a real big democracy of one world with a whole bunch of the nation leaders working together for their people, and we don't seem to have that either. So I don't really have any answers, brother James. This for years and centuries we've been having the same corruption go down. Whether it looks like whatever you want to say, any country or any political forum that they have out there, we've never had anything to where it's really been for those people, really for the people. Even some of my favorite leaders, I learned, it wasn't really for their people were starving while you're making everyone else look better. So I don't really know what to say with America with that. We always been doing that. We give Israel money now. We give everybody money except Americans or who they don't classify as Americans. I'm sorry, African Americans and other people.
Well, uh, another thing, when I was around your age, we said, and you can kind of look and see we failed with that too. You and Brother Derek had a little discussion about how generations have failed one another. But our excuse then for working or not being in the home, or whatever however you want to put it, was, what kind of future is this? I mean, you have 3 sons. You have to be scared to death.
A little bit. I'm more ready for whatever's ready to come. They always say, if you ready, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. I feel like I've been getting ready, but I'm ready for whatever's to come. It's just when that time comes, some people got to be ready with whatever they choose to live by right now, whatever fate they choose to go on. I'm trying. We're trying, not just the coalition. I'm trying in my everyday life. So whatever comes, I have my sons. I'm ready prepared for it. Um, and I believe the future is going to be bright. I choose to look at it in a positive way. All the bad stuff that is happening, I'm not afraid what's happening because I believe it's going to lead to people waking up, or what we were talking about, or what I was just speaking on right now. People being tired of complacency, people being tired of being pacified, and people being tired of the system. They're finally waking up and wanting to free themselves. I believe that's going to happen. Vice is the other, whatever the other could be.
Do you think it's going to happen as a democracy? Under the present form
No, that's
of
no.
government?
No, that's once again thinking that you're gonna be and I'll just use it in the crudest way, you're gonna be a slave and you're gonna break free by telling the master, hey, we want to read and write now and we want the food you eat and we want to get paid these wages. They're gonna look at you like, yeah, right. It's gonna have to happen just like slavery and everything else that happened that for a change when the people in power are being corrupt, just like the Constitution says, just like our own paperwork says. We gotta overthrow it. We gotta figure out some way to change it because you're not gonna tell the people in power y'all are doing wrong. Let's switch it. Do you know how they switched it? You know how they're gonna do it? They're gonna be like, oh, you don't want a Trump? Here's Biden. Or you don't want a Biden? Here's a Obama. You don't want an Obama? Here's a Bush. And we're gonna make you think you have the illusion to vote and pick. And when you vote and you have Hillary winning by a landslide, they're gonna say, no, we have these 538 or these whatever the fuck people you never know of, and they're gonna vote and tell you that who runs America. And then the people who lost are gonna say the good things and be like, "Yo, we're gonna try to get it next year and all that. Let's just work with this side." And then 4 years is gonna happen, and they might let 8 years happen, and then they're gonna switch it. But while they're letting all that happen, the only thing that's happening in front of our eyes on television and that we see is the false illusions they want us to see. What is really happening is they're still living better. Nothing's changing for them except they still get to do what the fuck they want to do and live free and peacefully and play us for puppets. So, I digress on a lot, brother James. I don't know what to say sometimes.
Um, when did people become so distrustful of the media? See, because they started showing the things that were happening in Vietnam in real time. America got and then all of a sudden, when they started seeing it on the 6 o'clock news, and they started seeing people getting killed in war in real time.
No, no, get it right. They didn't start seeing people, white folks, white women, and white men start seeing their white men and their white sons dying, and they were like, "Hold the fuck on, we need that. That ain't right. We don't. Why are y'all killing our kids now?"
From Youngstown. So even though I was in Vietnam at the time, I remember Kent State. I remember hearing about Kent State, and that was really the first time you had
American troops on American soil.
white National Guard killing. I'm trying to think, were there any black or brown people that were actually hit during Kent State? But anyway, and that, as you said, it was them watching their own being killed in war. Um, so, do you this distrust in media is also part of the a plan or a strategy, like 2025, for instance, to make sure that also have control of the people and the outcome, usually because you can predict the outcome by the mood or the temperature of the people.
Uh, well, the distrust of the media probably happened since I don't know. I'm a little younger, but I'm probably want to say it started happening more with Kennedy got assassinated. Started happening more with Martin Luther King, and started happening more with Malcolm. Started happening more with Reagan. And when all the lies start coming in, and then it started happening more when things happened with I wanted to say 9/11, but before 9/11, with the first Iraq war when I was in probably like second grade or some shit, in the 90s though when it happened, um, and it just keeps building. So it's not a like a switch. Everybody thinks things happen like on and off. It's a gradual build up and build up, and the more people get, I hate to say it woke, but the more people start paying attention and get more awareness, and then now with uh, it was things like TikTok, but then they bought that now and they censor that. So it's gotten more appalling and more in your face now. It's been there and people more became more aware slowly and gradually, and now people are fully more aware because now they're taking big drastic steps like certain media people aren't allowed in the White House, certain media people are getting kicked out. There's no longer a freedom of speech, and we're seeing that now. So people are way more distrustful now because it's way more in your face. Did you freeze on me?
So,
There you go. All right.
so, how do you tell your boys to be able to distinguish right from wrong? And I'm not talking about nonsense, I mean, when they're bombarded by so many different opinions and concessions because they're products of technology. I think just about every fifth grader now has an iPad.
Almost. Yeah. We're guilty of that. They all three of them got one. Um, so with that though, it's just that easy. You have to keep them in today's world, and at the same time, it's your core values and what you instill in them. I mean, it's just that simple. No matter what, you're gonna always have to. We're gonna be in this world, and that's where I think people lose out at the values of still your own discipline, your own core values, your own moral code, and your own ethics. My boys, they hear me. I allow them to listen to whatever I find is reasonable, but they hear me. They try to play it to their friends, and their friends try to play them some whoever knew out shit, and they be like, "Nah, my dad the shit, my dad this," and they listen to me because I don't lie to them. I tell them the truth on things, and we discuss a lot of things. And that's all you have to do. Your kids. I know one thing from being a parent, and from being a kid. You're either gonna do what your parents did, or you're gonna rebel against them, or you're gonna take some good things and then spin it your own way. Whether it's good, bad, whatever, you're gonna take what you saw from them, what you learned from them, what you got from the outside world, and you're gonna spin it your own way. And if you pump a lot of good things in them, they will. They will. My mom, I love her to death. Rest up. She didn't have you have a high school diploma, but before sports and anything else, before I could do anything, she made sure I got my education. She made sure my homework was done. She made sure I graduated. She made sure I did everything with her. With her was about education and academics. Everything else came secondary, and I'm proud of her for that because having a mom that didn't graduate high school but wanted you to do all that, and now I have my master's. I should be a doctor, but I don't like school that much. I love it, but I don't. And that's another thing. Just again, what you instill in your kids, they will do or they won't do. So that's easy for me to say, but everybody else thinks it's hard. If you don't give your kids are gonna eat whatever you feed them. So when people be like, "Yo, my kid don't eat this and that," I'd be like, "Cause you buy them that. Your kid make a paycheck. Your kid running shit. Your kid in the kitchen cooking. If they 3 years old, you can't tell me they just eat McDonald's or whatever because that's what they went and bought themselves. You had to make an option to go and drive them there, go and order it for them, go and pay for it, and then give it to them. Simple as that.
Well, how do you feel about? I mean, in our community, the things that you're talking about, that was considered elite. I mean, you made it out of the hood. You got an education. You got your master's. I mean, that was the childhood dream. That's what
Uh,
they fed us. That was considered a successful black man.
yeah, and with that, that was when in the 70s, 80s. So with everything again, it's funny because I always tell people I don't know about this or I don't know about like some of the times. I keep up with enough times of things I need to know with the times, but and what I know is that it's always progressing, and you can progress with it in multiple ways. You can progress with it and let it make you digress, or you progress with it and really progress. And whichever one you choose is on you. And if you don't know the difference, you might be in the other direction. But with everything, you don't just because somebody's going this way, you don't always got to go this way. You can go this way and make a look your own little venture with it. You know.
Yeah, yeah, most certainly. Um, I was just before you came on the air, I was letting the general public know that we have made some great progress with our first project. We have our first plot. We're going to sign the papers Monday. I checked today. We will have the 21st of the day that we've chosen to open it up. And I guess it's one of those times when I can see the light. Uh, I think that we need some more people to dig the tunnel with us.
Yeah,
Um,
but
I, I'm not.
it's gonna come slowly. Yeah, I'm not worried about it. It's coming. I was at school today with kids teaching them, and I see I had a class of 26 today, and how kids respond to me, how people respond to me, how people respond to you, how we're moving and getting it done. And we're not counting numbers, whether we have our numbers or whether they're decreasing, whether they're multiplying, it's not mattering. We have a core, and the core is making it happen. um, the garden project is real now. We have a plot. We're going to be able to teach kids and families how to grow their garden like we do ours. You came over the other day and you saw I have so many lemons that I'm trying to give them away. That's something people go to the store and pay good money for. I don't even know how much lemons are right now, but we have collard
what,
greens.
what, uh,
I was
was it
just
low cost?
low
Was
quiet.
it low cost? Yeah, I gotta try some of them now that I can chew a little bit. I'll be all right. Yeah,
Yeah, no, they're sweet too, and they're good. They're soft, but the garden project is going to be good. Just teaching people, families to do what we're already doing. That's another way that we could start. Another way that we can elevate each other, and another way that we can wake up is by start keeping our word and doing things that we say we're going to do, and educating ourselves and teaching our kids. My kids garden, so the garden project is going to be good to have other kids come out there and start gardening, and it works whether you're in an apartment complex, condos, or a house. It's going to be some easy things and seeds we give them, easy planting. They're going to be able to watch it grow and take care of it and value it. And that's just another way to teach the kids.
you had froze up on the end there. We didn't get the quite at the end, but
Just saying that was another way to teach the kids.
yeah. Well, and hopefully we can get some other things involved, like perhaps a chess club, Rubik's cube, some other things. Uh, but like you said, you had to see our first project kind of getting off the ground. and sometimes the way to teach is by example. So you know,
Yes,
I'm all about that. Uh,
that's
so
definitely the way to lead.
uh, you know, another thing that I want to touch on, because I'm hoping we can get uh, Miss Flute in, but when we and we start talking about things, especially here in San Diego, because I think people, for the most part, had a misconception about San Diego. If you live in San Diego, you have to be a certain,
Balling.
uh, you know, you know. And I'm gonna let y'all know I'm poor as a church mouse. But anyway, you know, how you
You
doing,
say
man? I see one in the back there. So, do you think um, when you speak of San Diego, that sometimes people think that there's not a need for, I mean, like it's like people think you died.
uh, so it's not a sometimes. We were in Orlando, and then we went down to South Beach, and everywhere we ate at, just because I had my whole family with me, and I said we were from San Diego. I mean, I get it's kind of weird because I get that feel all the time anyway. But it's weird when you go somewhere they all and you say San Diego, all of a sudden people eyes get like whoa, and then they're like they even ask you sometimes. It was 3 times I got asked in Orlando, South Beach, and in Miami. Where you from? And I said San Diego, and they were like, "Oh, you must be rich." And I'm like, "Why? Why? Why? You live in South Beach right now in Miami. You don't look rich." I'm not saying you.
Well, it's really messing up tonight. I'm not sure exactly what it is. Must be you,
Yeah,
Miss Allen.
I
I,
thought I was gonna say you, but I don't know. We both. I be vibing and you freeze. It might just be the man, the people. Who knows? Shoot. I just think that means we're doing something right when we have too many technical difficulties. That means we on the right path. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
we can't close it and start back. I'm getting for America, the world. I'm getting the cut so y'all can see me fresh and y'all will see me that we
Oh
can redo
man.
it. I don't have one, but it's coming. It's coming. So this next Tuesday, y'all can see us. But I will be posting a flyer later on, probably in the morning, after we get together. I want to say happy birthday early to you right now, brother James. I know I'll probably uh, pull up tomorrow if we got to go do something. If not, I need to see you. Um, but the world, if y'all can hear me, if
Oh
I'm not
man.
froze.
No, we can hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, if I'm not froze, world, you know, take it easy and really think about what it is you want in this world. And that's how I'll say it. I'm not trying to wake anybody up. I'm not trying to give anybody anything, but give them their own choice of freedom of what they want. And if you think this is freedom you're living in, then I have no chance and no hope. But I believe everybody knows and everybody feels it. Think about what freedom is to you and what freedom is to all of us and what that really looks like.
Yeah. Um, Very true words. Brother Derek will be back with us next week. His, as you know, his wife and family just from a church convention up in Chicago. So
Yeah.
he'll be back this week. And brother Javon, hopefully he'll be back next week also. Um, uh, we can kind of cut tonight short and get things in. We do have some legal obligations either Tuesday after next or the last Tuesday in February
Yes,
to
we
take
do.
to do our board minutes. Make sure we keep everything legal. Talk to you more about the liability insurance and other things. We can talk about that tomorrow. Uh,
Yep.
and uh, you have a great night, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Every
I'll be a year older, the big 7'9". So
Another year around the sun, another year to get it done. We're getting it done. So I appreciate you even on your birthday. And that's what it takes, dedication. So thank you. And I am here, we are here. And when I say I am here or me here, I always say us as in one. And that's why I always do the peace sign with the fingers together, because I always feel we all are one. So love, light to everyone.
where is that picture behind you?
Hawaii.